Welcome to Beyond the Game, the podcast of Academic Support Services for Student Athletes. We're your hosts, Matt Geibel.
Amanda DiZonato.
And Carissa Leone.
Every day, we work with student athletes, coaches, faculty, and campus partners to ensure our student athletes are successful not only in competition, but also in the classroom. In this podcast, we'll take you behind the scenes of college athletics and explore the challenges, opportunities, and successes that shape the student athlete's experience. We appreciate you joining us.
Many people might think that Academic Support Services is housed in the Department of Athletics, but actually we fall under the Division of Student Services. This does surprise people, but rather the same as other academic support areas like the Academic Resource Center, which is our tutoring center on campus, as well as the Center for Academic Success, our first year experience office, the state EOF, and federal TRIO programs, disability support services, and counseling and psychological services, just to name a few.
Yeah, many people often find that very surprising to hear that we're not part of the athletic department, right?
Yeah, and we are housed physically in the Charles W. Doler Academic Center for Excellence within the Ritchie Reagan Recreation and Athletics Center. And that really just gives us an advantage of having easy access to our student athletes, coaches, athletic trainers, and other athletic administrators, which really just helps us ultimately provide a comprehensive and holistic student support model.
We thought it would make sense, since it's our inaugural episode, that we would spend a few minutes talking about ourselves individually, just so you know who your hosts are. As I said before, my name is Matt Geibel. I've been in academic support services for student athletes here at Seton Hall for more than 30 years. I work directly with baseball, women's basketball, men's soccer, and women's tennis. In addition to being involved with a number of different on-campus committees, I also serve as an adjunct instructor in the Stillman School of Business. Personally, I grew up in South Jersey, so I'm a Philadelphia fan through and through, and a number of interests, but one of the big things is I'm a long-distance runner, so I like to train for and complete marathons, and I just completed my most recent one in Copenhagen back in May.
26, right?
Number 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got one more to get that, 26.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Amanda DiZonato. I have been working in the Office of Academic Support Services for 19 years. But prior to that, I was a member of the Seton Hall women's soccer team. I advise the men's basketball, volleyball, softball, and women's golf teams. Additionally, I am also an adjunct faculty member for the College of Human Development, Culture, and Media, as well as the Stillman School of Business. And I just look forward to us talking about this podcast about kind of the ins and outs of what we love and the challenges that come with the work that we do.
Carissa, do you think that she must have started working when she was 6? I mean, how could she have been working here for 19 years?
No, 5.
Okay.
Five.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's my mom's. I get my aging well from my mother.
Well, like I said before, my name is Carissa Leone. I am the third part of this MAC trio, as we like to lovingly call ourselves. I have been here, I'm going into my 9th year working here at Seton Hall. I was also a former student athlete. I played soccer in college at another institution in New Jersey. That'll come up again later, I'm sure. I primarily work with our, men's, women's swimming and diving team, men's, women's cross-country teams, the men's golf, and the women's soccer teams. I serve as the tutor coordinator for the office, so I hire, train, and schedule tutoring along with Matt and Amanda's help. And I also teach our 1-credit university life course for all our incoming freshman student athletes, which really I love because it just gives me an opportunity to meet all of the new people that aren't even on my assigned teams, which I think is fun. And I am a wife and mother to 4 young boys. I have 4 sons, 4 and under, and so you might hear me talking about the comparisons I make to our students and my children a lot on this podcast.
I imagine there are many. Well, just to educate everyone who's listening about our office, in addition to the three of us, we have 2 graduate assistants. Additionally, we have 2 part-time learning specialists that work with our students who maybe just have need some additional attention. And then additionally, we have about 12 to 15 student peer tutors and 2 study hall monitors as well, because our study hall is open late to accommodate the student athletes' demanding schedules academically and athletically. And then additionally, we also work with a member of the faculty. I don't think people realize this, called a faculty athletics representative. All athletic departments have one. Our faculty athletics representative, whom we work with to support the overall well-being of the student athlete population, is Dr. Danielle Zanzalari. And in addition to that, she also is our certifying officer. She certifies the students' academic eligibility in order to compete. So she's a very important part of what we do as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's like a 3-prong approach. We report to student services, so we report to the vice president of student services.
Right.
We're housed with and work very closely with athletics and the athletic director, and then also with the faculty component. We have that tight component with Dr. Zanzalari. So it's really nice for us to have these contacts and resources throughout campus.
Yeah, for sure. And in case people don't know exactly kind of like what we do, so traditionally our primary focus really is making sure students are staying on top of their stuff academically. So we have weekly academic meetings with our students. They might be freshmen, they might be transfers, they might be upperclassmen that just need a little bit of extra support. But we talk to them, we go over how things are going in the classroom, but then we also can connect them to different resources across campus or within our own building. One of those resources might be tutoring, like Amanda mentioned before. So we do both appointment-based and drop-in tutoring for our students. That all happens within our academic center. Our student athletes request to work with certain tutors based on the subject that they might help with, or because they just need a little extra help reviewing an essay or an assignment or something like that. So we house all of that in our center. That's also where our student athletes complete study hall. So you might find that you're talking to a student and they talk about going to study hall because they have some required hours to complete, or just because they like to study in our academic center. It's kind of modeled after Starbucks, so it has that vibe. But it's just a quiet, learning conducive place. That would be dangerous.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot more mess.
There would be.
There
would be. It would just feed my caffeine addiction.
But yeah, so our study hall space is down there. And then on the flip side, outside of just working like one-on-one with students each week, we talk a lot about registration and degree progress. So we will advise students on curriculum, courses that they need to take for the next semester, making sure that they're pretty much on track to graduate. Our primary role in the NCAA's eyes to make sure that they're not just taking fluff classes, that they're taking the things that they need in order to achieve their degree or master's or certificate requirements.
Yeah. I think most of our audience is aware that it's been a very, very interesting time in college athletics. I mean, things are changing daily. Some may argue it's pretty overwhelming and often scary at times.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I think we all do. I mean, even if you open up any sort of social media as it relates to the NCAA, you need to have your head on a swivel. So we like to think, though, that our work with our student athletes helps them to manage all the different issues faced by student athletes these days. Much of this includes the intersection between student athlete development, academics, eligibility, retention, graduation, and probably most notably that I think most people hear in the media are the things name, image, and likeness, NIL, and the transfer portal. Our hope is this podcast will help our audience understand how these particular issues and many, many more affect the success of college student athletes.
So that being kind of piggybacking off what you're saying, Matt, in future episodes, our goal is to bring guests on the podcast, including the student athletes themselves. We want to also talk to our coaches, our athletic administrators, faculty, and the like. I think this will kind of help give this 360 view of the world that we are working in college athletics. But for now, we want to thank you for joining us on our inaugural episode of Beyond the Game.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to, doing this again. And we hope that you'll tune in.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.